This is the video review for God Leo Cheetah from Earth Granner, which is made by Takara Tomy. And here's the back of the box. And then here's the figure with the box. And you can see that the gold effects are a lot more like processed cheese than actual gold, unlike on the box. Here's a size comparison. And as you can see, this figure really is just a slight remold and a recolor of the original Leo Cheetah. So the sword is completely identical, just a different color. The pants and the claws on the pants are exactly the same mold. Again, just a different color. So the change is really in the upper body, where the mane of the lion is different than the original, and then the head sculpt, and then the shoulder effects. Instead of being claws, you have these, which kind of look like Japanese woodblock prints, so they're kind of an artistic effect, just very decorative. This figure also comes with a Tomy car, which is identical to the original car, and again, just a different color. So the white on these two figures is different. This is more of a pure white, and this is more of a purple hue kind of white. So that is one difference in the plastic. And comparing the gold plastic was nicer on the original figure. This is really more of a just yellow. This figure was $45 on Amazon Japan, and I got it in 3 business days, so that was really fast shipping. And the price is pretty great for such a large figure. And I really wanted this figure because of the homage to Okami and to the Kabuki theater, so it's very Japanese, which I like about it. But it is a figure I already have. The new parts are just attached to the shoulders by these pegs here. So they have holes in them, which is unfortunate because if these had pegs, then you could peg it onto the different parts of his body, which would make it more interesting. So it's a really unfortunate choice, and I think it would have been nicer if these effect parts were more along the heel to look more like Raijin and Fujin kind of statues, or flaming wheels would have looked more interesting than to just have them up on the shoulders like wings. And then it's also a missed opportunity that this weapon is just the same weapon you get with the original figure. That was a good place where they could have changed things up. So articulation's the same as all Earth Granner figures. The shoulder goes 360. It has a good outward motion, double jointed elbows, full rotation at the neck, but no ball joint, and then a fair amount of outward on the hips, and then a huge amount of forward and backwards for the kick, and then double jointed knees for great motion there, pivoting knees for ankle articulation, and they also articulate forward and backwards for more extreme poses. And then you also have a 360 waist swivel. Nothing changed in transformation either. You use this switch to remove the top and bottom halves. You rotate the legs forward and then sandwich them together for the cheetah mode. And then you remove these claws for parts forming. Fold up the heels. And then usually the cheetah head is upside down during the robot mode, and you just rotate that up. And there's your cheetah. And then the sword effect piece has a clip there that clips onto the cheetah. Okay, it's exactly the same as the original cheetah. Okay, you can see exactly the same, nothing changed. So I've technically bought this pair of pants 3 times now since I also bought the Panther. So I've got a lot of exposure to this vehicle. Okay, and the shirt transforms the same as all the other ones. You just move the shoulders down, pin those into the front, or pin the forearms into the front, rotate the fist, fold the head down, or slide it down, fold this head backwards and out of the way, and then turn it around so the thrusters are facing backwards. Do the same thing to the other side, and you have the Leo mode, and then you're going to peg in this shield to the front for some parts forming, and then you peg in the claws to this back assembly back here. And then you saw this wheel fall off, which is what the original figure did, so they never really fixed that. You probably just put a little bit of glue in there. Okay, so there's the base Leo, same as the original one, except for the spikes in the front are now a different shape, pretty obviously, and the mane. But otherwise, almost nothing remolded. And the wheel's definitely looking a lot worse, being all yellow. So here's how they look together. It was a real missed opportunity that there aren't any effects pieces on the Cheetah, so that it's just a normal Cheetah, and that these don't really look very good in vehicle mode because they stick up so far. So overall, I'm pretty disappointed in this set. I knew that the gold wasn't going to look gold. I'm just used to that with this set by now. But it's just disappointing to see that they're just remaking old figures and recoloring them at this point and just putting on a couple of little effects. It's a real disappointment, especially because they still haven't done anything with these little holes in the heels that I thought was going to be used for adding new combinations for adding to the bottom of the feet, but it looks like they're still doing nothing with that. So it's kind of doing the same old thing. It's up to you how you feel about this figure. Robot mode looks awesome. The new colors are probably boosted up to a 9 for me. This is a really great looking robot, but I'm just kind of worn out on getting the same figure over and over again. And the alt modes, the vehicles are really, they're especially brought down by these huge chunks just sticking out of the top. I would say the vehicle modes are probably like a 3 or a 2. They're not great. The quality is still excellent. They feel great in hand, but again, I'm just kind of over it. So playability is definitely an 8 if you've never had these figures before. If you've had them before, I don't know why you would really want to buy into the same set again. So if you're a big fan and you have some extra money to burn, then definitely buy this set. But if you've gotten these kinds of figures before, this is probably a good time to just pass and not go for it.